Hi everyone, and welcome to my video on wrist resiliency. This is an especially important video for all of us because we're utilizing our wrist in so many abnormal ways, and we're not doing anything to make sure that they're being strengthened. So that includes, if you're in the serving industry, holding onto the tray. If you're sitting at a desk and typing all day, or even if you're on your laptop and just typing all day. Anything having to do with your wrist that we're not strengthening it, that we're using it, but we're not allowing it to build. So this is especially important right here. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. However, let's also just go over some of the basics. If you need a blanket, I highly suggest bringing a blanket. This is really good if you have sensitive knees, such like myself. Just helps with the comfort, because we will be on our knees for quite some time, so that's always nice there. The other thing too is that if you're feeling pain, please stop. We don't want to be feeling pain in yoga. Discomfort is okay. We generally say to breathe through this discomfort. This is where the growth happens. This is where we push our limits and we get through those stickiness, those spicy moments. But if you're feeling pain, if something is just awful and painful, not awful and discomfort, but awful and painful, then please stop and back off. With that being said, I will also be providing some alternatives if you are finding some pain, or if it's finding too challenging. I will offer some other various ways of going forward with that. So let's start by getting on our hands and our knees, like so. We want to start to make sure that our shoulders are above our wrists and that our wrist creases are pointing forward. We also want to spread our fingers nice and wide. Good. The other thing too we want to make sure is that our hips are on top of our knees and that our toes can be tucked or flattened on the ground, depending on what your preference is there. Another thing you want to make sure about, and this is just the foundation stuff, right, is that you're in a neutral tabletop position. So what this means is that your back isn't doing this, so your tailbone isn't rising up and your belly's dropping, but rather, and it's not this either, where your tailbone is dropping and your back is rising. It's that middle point. So sometimes just kind of doing this a bit, just to help find that neutral spine is good. Awesome. Now from here as well, we want to make sure that our arms are straight and they're strong. This is a huge thing as well, so we want to make sure that they're strong. So how we're going to do that is we're going to puff up through the upper back to make our shoulder blades just puff up without losing our neutral spine. And we're going to outer rotate our arms. So we're going to take our elbows and our arms and we're just going to rotate it out. Good. So that the eye of the elbow is facing forward. So this guy right here is facing forward right there. Good. And with this sturdy foundation, we're just going to slowly rock back and forth, back and forth. Good. Now, if you are finding this to be a bit challenging, or if you want to make it easier on yourself, bring your hands closer to your knees. And this will definitely make it easier. It'll definitely make it less challenging. And you can even come up this far here if you really need to, if your wrists are really that tight and are feeling a bit uncomfortable. However, if you're not, you can keep staying here. Good. And then from here, we're going to take our fingers and we're going to turn them so that they're facing the outside of the mat. And we're just going to go back and forth here. Good. And keep breathing. This is the other thing too, is you got to keep breathing through this. So nice deep inhales and deep exhales. We don't want to be holding our breath. That's the one thing. Good. Coming back to center and taking our fingers so that they are pointing backwards. This is a bit of a tricky one right here, but this is also a really nice one here. So we're just going to move back and forth, and you're going to feel a nice big stretch through the forearm. Good. And just a few more here. Good. What do I encourage you to do before we move forward is if you can lift your palms up off the ground, but keeping your fingers on the ground. And if you can, maybe circling your thumbs in the other direction. It doesn't matter if they look like D's or B's or L's or whatever they may be versus just O's and circles, but so long as you're doing it is what really matters. Good. Coming back forward. We're going to lift the palms and we're going to bring the fingers so that they're facing each other now. Remember, keep the arms straight and strong. Fingers are on the ground. And coming back. If you're finding that your arms aren't staying straight or the fingers are lifting up off the ground, bring them closer. Bring them closer to you. Let's not make this more challenging than it needs to be. If your body's not there yet, your body's not there. Let's respect that. Good. And coming back onto your heels, let's just shake it out, flick it a bit. Good, good. Now coming back onto all fours, we're going to take our hands and we're going to rotate it so that the palms are facing up and the backs of the hands are on the ground. Good. And we're just going to go back and forth. Now again, this one is a bit challenging. I'm feeling a lot of tightness here. Good. Coming back to center, bringing the hands so the fingers are pointing towards each other and just back and forth. Good. Again, breathing here. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Very, very, very important. All right. And from here, bringing it so that the fingers are pointing to the front of the mat. Good. The other thing too I advise is taking off some jewelry. I actually bruised my wrist by putting on some jewelry that was just not appropriate for wrist exercises. And so now we're bringing our fingers out to the sides of the mat. We're just going to go this way. Good. Good. Coming back now, shaking it out, flicking it out. Good. And so from here, I'm just going to come on an angle to help show you guys. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to do some finger exercises. So we're going to come here, and again, you can either be, you can be further out or you can come further in, depending on what you feel. I like to stay just right here because it's a lot more comfortable for me. So again, do what you need to do. But this is also very important. We're going to keep our arms straight, maintaining that all of our fingers are on the mat or on the floor. And they're straight. They're not curling up. There's not any of this going on. And this is where the toughest part comes because there will be that tendency here. So from here, firmly planting our hands into the mat, we're going to lift our thumbs up and down and up and down and up and down and quicker until we can start tapping. Good. And now we're pointer finger up and down, up and down, and faster. You see, I can already feel some of my fingers wanting to curl up here. Good. And stop. Now these ones are the tricky ones. Again, let's press into the mat so that our fingers and our palms are firmly planted in there so there's nowhere for them to go. Let's lift the middle finger up and down, and just keep tapping. Oh, see, one of my fingers on the left side here just wants to go with it. Okay, good. And now the ring finger. This is the dreaded one, but let's do it. Even just a little bit, even if you guys are, see again, gotta push through. Even if you guys are just lifting it up or just even making that attempt, the attempt is huge as well. Good. Good. And when you're finished here, straightening the arms, pushing away, and the pinky. See, I also have a problem with my pinky one too. So let's just keep tapping it. See, these guys over here, they want to just come up. And it takes a lot of work, guys. It takes a lot of work, but you're doing good. Okay, coming back, letting it out, flick of the wrist. Good. And from here, we're just going to do another one. I'm going to sit for you guys right here just to show you. Yeah. So from here, we're going to open up our hands. All right? And we're going to make a fist like so, and we're going to bend our wrist forward. So you should be feeling a really nice stretch through here. Good. And we're going to open up our fist and move it back. And close it and bring it forward. Good. Opening up and pulling back. Exhale, moving forward. Good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Shake it out. Good job, guys. I'm really proud of what you did, and it was simple and easy, and it only took about 10 minutes. 10 minutes for us to do that. And you can do it while you're watching TV. You can do it while you're having a conversation with someone if you feel so inclined. You don't have to have a yoga mat if that's what your worry is as well. Just find something comfortable that you can kneel on then in that case, and you're good to go. Thank you so much, guys, and stay tuned for my other episodes. I don't know what I'm going to be coming out with next, but stay tuned. Bye.